Hello and welcome to another episode of my daily movie room videos. So I shot a video earlier today. Won't go up for a bit though. Shooting this on the 19th. I think I've got it going up towards the end of the year, but you'll obviously know. We'll see when this video is live. So I said I was gonna sort of take my time to put this together, but I kind of just started doing the first bag and then just carried on. I opened it to see what was inside, and then I just opened the first bag and started doing it and kept doing each bag. So I kind of just wanted to finish it off then. So it comes in 8 separate bags, and as I mentioned with these, you do each bag one at a time. So I'll show the figure in a moment. Got the manual here. It's quite a chunky manual. It's 157 pages and 325 steps. Now I was a bit confused because obviously got some spare parts to begin with, but you can see the first bit's the frame, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are the 4 sides, 6 is the hand, 7 is the head, 8 finish off the head, and it's a plaque. So yeah, some of the boxes and some of the bags had some spare bits and some didn't. So I'm not sure why didn't all have spare pieces. I don't think I missed anything, or well, so I'll mention that in a moment. But yeah, so because usually the small pieces you get spares of, because when they weigh them, apparently I've read, when they weigh them, they put some extras in just to be on the safe side, because it's best to have extra pieces than have ones missing. Luckily I didn't have anything missing, but yeah, some bags I used to pull the pieces, and I was, in the bag before I had spare pieces, so. But I'm not going through the page of this build, because obviously it's not that interesting really, unless you're doing it. But one thing I did miss, if I can find it, I think, it was that bit there, that grey bit. I forgot, I found a piece, I was doing back 2 and I found that. So I did it on the bed, it was just because it was easier. And I found that, I thought, hang on, where's that come from? And I couldn't see it used in part 2, so I checked through completely and couldn't see anything. So I thought, hang on, it's in part 1. So I went and looked through, and luckily it was sort of near the end, so I didn't really have to and do all what I did in the last part. I just had to take a few pieces off, put it back in, and then re-put them back. I mean, possibly could go over that piece there, but I want all the pieces on. I want to be correct, so I did that. So that was the frame, and then just a bit for each section. So the instructions are clear as to where the piece goes where. These are the pieces you use. This is where you put them. They highlight them in red, and you can see how they fit to the pieces, and where they go. And you obviously count the dots, so make sure they're in the right place. I did put pieces in the wrong place, but that's my mistake. But I managed to correct them afterwards. And some pieces were a bit loose on some of the sides, but once it's together, I think they're fine. I mean, they probably could come a bit loose, but so I think in terms of the front, so obviously there are bits right there you think, oh, is there a bit missing? But when you look at it, I've checked to the manual and I checked to the front, and it looks like everything's on there. There should be. Obviously, you're gonna have little bits raised up because it's Lego. I mean, they could put clear pieces on there, but there are clear pieces like the smooth pieces, really, but they are like for the sleeves and like the join of the coat. So you're not going to smooth pieces everywhere, because it wouldn't look like Lego then really. But the only confusing thing was when I put the panels on, I just had to make sure I put them on the right side, because it wasn't overly clear. but did manage to do that. Just having to check how things relate together. So yeah, it's all broken down. So obviously it tells you that goes on there. So I just had to. I think the first one wasn't too bad to work out, but the second one was a bit more difficult. But it does say like bag 3, and then shows you the little picture where it goes, and then you just do it. So yeah, it took me a while, probably. Didn't really count exactly, but probably 3 to 4 hours. I was just doing about everything about time. I did have little breaks in between, but yeah, it's all together now. It did come with the little miniature figure that was in the first bag. That was in there. I couldn't find the sticker originally, but I did. I knew something loose in the box. I did check, and it was actually just loose in the box. See, the sticker isn't the same size as the whole space there, so probably, I could have it more central, because it's a little bit to the left and a bit low down, but I'll leave it there. It's not really a problem. It fits on there, so it's not like going over some of the nubs on the pieces, and it just all move up and down a bit like that. So yeah, and then the figure, there's not a huge amount of movement on the hands, a bit on the thumb because obviously it could come off, but there's some movement on there, and you can take that off. That can just sit loose. It just basically clips on, and then the hands move. That thumb doesn't really move, it just come off a bit. The ears move, the head does rotate round, and the mouth opens. But yeah, enjoy putting that together. And good weight too as well. It's a decent size, and obviously look, there's the plaque there, goes to the side. So yeah, so enjoy putting these together. Just a bit daunting at the beginning when you got 8 bags of pieces everywhere, and you just got your empty bag out and you start doing it. But once you get near the end, it's not too bad. Sometimes you can't find a piece and you think, is it missing? But you could go into something, or just don't recognise it straight away. So a couple of problems with that, but I managed to find all the pieces. I say wasn't missing any. Found a couple of some spare pieces, and I just put them in my little stash of spare Lego pieces. Didn't help because my cat was on the bed. Decided to, when I had quite a few pieces on there, I think I was bag 4 or something, he decided to kick his foot and knock some pieces flying. Luckily it wasn't too many and didn't go that far, so I managed to find them. But I did have this sort of panic that some had gone somewhere and I couldn't find them. But there's only a few and I managed to find where they went. I might have some on the floor though, because I think I had some spares and I was holding them, and I think I might have dropped one. And I might have some spare ones for the day I might have dropped on the floor at the ones, but yeah, so that's all I put together. So I'll find a way to put that. It's definitely heavier than that Ghostbusters car that I got. But should be alright for the shelf, hopefully. I'm not sure this weight of it, but yeah, it should be okay. Unless I'll find somewhere else to put it. But yeah, so then I might show the back of it. So I did initially was going to do the frame and the 4 sides, and then I decided, I'll do the head and I'll to finish it off because I just wanted it done, and then I didn't have bags of pieces lying around. But yeah, I'll just keep this. I'll just keep these anyway. Not as I need it for anything, because I'm not going to take it apart. But I've got it for reference anyway, and I've got another one of these now. I had one that goes with the cars. I got another spare piece remover. Yeah, I've definitely, the instructions for Lego things are definitely better than those puzzle heads I got, which are terrible instructions. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show that anyway. I'll no doubt show it, if not in the room to a video, in another video I'll show where I've put it. But yeah, obviously the stickers, there's one sticker for that and it comes on that thing, so that was just inside the box. I couldn't find that originally, but I managed to find that in the end. But that's it for this episode of me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.